Namah Shivaya. I have a question, and that is, what do you want? It's a little tough question, maybe. We like to think we have the answers, but maybe we don't actually. Maybe we're a little bit directionless. And I want to say that it's okay to be without direction. It's okay to sort of float or coast for some time and not be sure where we're going to end up. And in fact, that's life, right? In some way, that's being in the moment. So when we need to make decisions, however, it can be quite difficult. Sometimes our mind is reaching out in so many different directions that clarity is not there. So we have a practice that many of you are familiar with in our ashrams, and that is the silent walk. I've got a nice sign behind me here, silence please. But the silent walk means that we don't talk for some time, but it doesn't mean that the mind is not going to be active. The mind might be working quite a bit. So when we take those silent walks, we walk in a certain rhythm. We might notice the pattern of our walking. We might notice that I'm not really that aware of the mechanics of that walking. So there's a different way that we can do, and I'll show that to you today, and that is perhaps maybe better termed as mindful walking, but where we slow the walking down to such an extent that we're aware of the transfer of our center of gravity. We're aware of each part of the body that's involved in the walking, placing the heel down, feeling the weight transfer, from the, say, the edge of the heel, outer edge, to the big toe on the inside edge. So we become aware of that, how high the foot lifts up, whether the toe is pointed, which part comes down first, so many things. And in fact, when we're doing this mindful walking, we can become aware of those moments when we have to stop and change direction. And those moments are kind of interesting too, because we notice that as we slow down, we pause to change direction. I might have to, in fact, take 2 or 3 different steps in order to turn around and go back where I came from. So that is a kind of interesting reflection on changing direction in life, and how we can pause and see how we feel led. We can notice whether we turn right or whether we turn left, and what feels natural to us. So there's much to reflect on in this walking. I'd like you to give it a try and see what that does for you. It might slow your mind down. In fact, you might become really, really aware in a different way. So trying that, I'm thinking of a quote by Alan Watts, who is a Zen spiritualist, and he said, "It may look like I'm moving, but I'm standing still." So this kind of walking, we might become aware that I'm in fact not as steady as I thought I was on my feet. It might be that I feel a little bit unsteady. I'm shifting a little bit more. So try this walk. You can pause this video and try it out for a few minutes. Take your time. It might take you a few minutes to get across the room. It's okay to have a small space and to turn around more frequently, but just make sure that every step is mindful. And then I have another exercise for you, and that is a brief writing exercise. So you need to have a pen and you need to have a piece of paper. And what you'll do for this exercise is that we have a dominant hand and a non-dominant hand. So the dominant hand is the hand that we normally write with, we normally do and engage with things with. And so you'll write the question on the piece of paper with your dominant hand. So you'll take it, the question is, what do I want? So you'll write down, what do I want? Then you'll change the pen into the non-dominant hand, and you'll write the answer. Now the answer, don't overthink it, don't pause, don't wait for it to come, just write whatever comes into your mind at that moment. That's the ripe moment. See what comes out. It might be quite surprising, it might not make any sense whatsoever, but it can give you some ideas sometimes of things that are in the consciousness there but not coming out because we overthink them. So you can in fact do this with any question. You can write the question with the dominant hand, write the answer with the non-dominant hand, but approach this writing exercise from a quiet place. So after meditation, after pranayama, after your yoga practice, or after doing this walking mindfulness practice that we did today. So what do you want? It's a good question. Be gentle with yourself and maybe the answers will come. Om Namah Shivaya.